President Volodymyr Zelenskyy says his team is working on a revised peace proposal and expects to deliver it to the U.S. in the near future. Zelenskyy says he is working with European leaders to finalize a 20-point peace plan and spoke earlier today with U.S. officials about a post-war reconstruction. A White House official says President Trump also talked with the presidents of France, the UK Prime Minister, and Germany's Chancellor about Ukraine. Here's what President Trump said earlier about how that call went.
Well, I think we had some little disputes about people, and we're going to see how it turns out. And we said before we go to a meeting, we want to know some things. You know, they would like us to go to a meeting over the weekend in Europe, and we'll make a determination depending on what they come back with.
Meanwhile, new video appears to show a Ukrainian strike today on a Russian oil tanker in the Black Sea. Russian President Vladimir Putin has warned of retaliation if Ukraine's attacks on the ships continue. So for more on this, I want to bring in ABC's Patrick Reevell from London. And Patrick, I guess the big question is, what is the viability of this latest peace plan?
Yeah, Alex, I mean, we're seeing a lot of diplomatic activity right now, as you just heard from the president there. He was suggesting that European countries have invited him to come to Europe to discuss this peace plan. Ukraine saying that they are going to send now a revised 20-point peace plan that's been reworked with Europe back to the US. But in general, the problem is at the moment, as far as we understand, there remains this fundamental sticking point between Ukraine and Russia, which is the question of the Donbass, the territory in the east. Vladimir Putin has made clear publicly that he will only accept a deal where Ukraine hands over all of the Donbass region, the quarter of it that it still holds. Ukraine views that as suicidal because it contains a very important defensive belt, and they would require pretty extraordinary security guarantees from the United States and European countries to even consider that. I mean, I think the problem at the moment is, as far as we can see, the Europeans agree with Ukraine. They do not want to see that, whereas the US believes they should hand over that and should consider a way to hand over that territory. And until that issue is resolved, it's very hard to see how a deal can be reached, Alex.
All right. Patrick, thanks for that update.